Halloween candy through to the final toast for the new year. The holiday events and celebrations can add up along our waistlines, which leads to New Year's resolutions that then tend to fail. But we have an expert here. Allison Massey is a registered dietitian and diabetes educator from Mercy Medical Center, and she's here with 3 areas to focus on right now to avoid that New Year regrets, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And it takes a little preparation, just like anything else in life. So planning ahead is key.
Okay.
At the office, this time of year, there's all kinds of unhealthy but tasty snacks out there.
You saw that this morning. We're already eating cupcakes this morning, right?
So having a few things at the office that you like is key. I think trail mix is a great option. That's just almonds, some wasabi peas, but the key component is the measuring cup in there because it's all about portion control. So if you eat the whole container, obviously that doesn't...
So really taking out that one, setting it aside, and then slowly eating it?
And slowly eating it is key. If you have a sweet tooth and you need just a little something, there's 100-calorie chocolate bars out there, so keeping those in your desk drawer just for that kind of moment
because
when you need a little
I was just telling you that right before we came on. I said, you know, if I see this stuff and then there's a plate of cookies there, I reached for the cookies before, so do I actually physically put this in front of the cookies?
Yeah, you should keep a desk drawer with your handy dandy snacks in there. Dried fruit can be high in sugar. But, again, it might curb the sweet tooth. I like apple slices are my favorite. You can find them with cinnamon. You can make them at home if you really want to do something like that.
And then the wine. I noticed you had 3 great tips on how to conserve wine.
Right, so it's interesting. You know, with plates, we talk about how eating with a smaller plate, our portions are smaller. It's the same thing with wine glasses. So, you know, when you buy wine glasses, they're all different widths. The wider the wine glass, you know, you might drink up to 13% more than you would with something a little narrower.
Also, putting it on the table as opposed to holding it?
Yes, exactly. So just little small things that might make a difference in terms of how much you're actually drinking. And then, you know, really making sure you're hydrating and not overdoing it.
Drinking more water during the winter. And then here, this picture right here is what I call healthy.
So I want everyone to make over their refrigerator in January, clean it out, and the key is putting the healthy stuff where you can see it. We're 30% more likely to choose what we see first. So produce should be actually in the middle. You want to have some clear containers so you remember what's in there instead of the bottom drawers.
That's a great point because we always put it down in the crisper drawers. And you don't see them and then you forget and you're like, ooh, I think that was a cucumber. I'm not sure what that is right now.
Yeah, and even myself, I'm more likely to use it if, you know, if it's in this type of bag versus ready to go. I mean, this might sit there a little longer, so.
All right, well, thank you very much. These are some great tips. Of course, don't go anywhere because after the break, Allison Massey with the Mercy Medical Center is going to be back taking your calls about avoiding the holiday pitfalls. And of course, if you have a question, our phone lines are open right now. That number on the screen, 410-481-4545. You could also send us a tweet at Fox Baltimore or go through our Facebook page. 7:54 is the time, and you're watching Fox 45 Morning News, all local, all morning.
On the next wheel,
We are back with dietitian and educator Allison Massey from Mercy Medical Center, and we're talking about the ways, some of the pitfalls to avoid the holiday weight gain. And this is for our Take Action Thursday segment. And of course, you know, there are a lot of great tips that you've given us, but we've had some viewers write in on our Facebook page and ask us some questions as well. In fact, let's head to our Facebook page first because we want to hear from you. Angela said, my family insists on baking holiday cookies every year, mine too, and are there any alternatives? Oh, this is a weighted question. That would be just as good, that last sentence right there. Thank you, Angela.
So the holidays come around once a year. My suggestion is to decrease the portion. So keep the family favorites, make them a little bit smaller, and then maybe instead of making 10 different types of cookies, you know, make 2 or 3 favorites. So, and give them away. You know, you don't have to eat them all yourself. So
giving them away, getting them out of the house.
Yes, gift them.
Gift it's a great one. I hope that works for you, Angela. That's a great one. Dara also wrote in with another good question. What foods do I stick to at work during those Christmas parties? Thank you, Dara, for writing that.
So at work, I always suggest be the one to bring the healthy alternatives. So you can bring a nice vegetable fruit platter with a nice dip to go along, you know, and enjoy the company versus focusing so much just on the food.
So make sure you have you're hanging out with your coworkers and having a good time. Limit that. All right, well, we thank you very much for your questions, and we hope that you are able to stick with that during the holiday. We will all be working together that way. Hopefully, we'll have some other questions that you can probably answer on Facebook later on as well.
Absolutely.
So, Allison Massey, thank you very much for coming in with that.